Are you broke? Do you want to make cool, creative things, but you just can't afford all of these ridiculously priced programs that want to just suck all the money out of your wallet every month or every year, or even like as a one-time payment, but like $400 or something like that you can't afford? Well, I'm here to tell you, you don't have to pay for that stuff. You can get almost as much functionality out of free software as you can out of all of those really, really high-priced paid softwares. And that's what I'm going to be going over with you today. Now, there's quite a few programs that we're going to be looking at, so it won't pertain to everyone who's watching this video. I'm sure that you're here for one specific video, so I will have timestamps in the description that you can go in and pick whatever you need. So where do we start? Well, my videos so far have been about animation and illustration, that sort of thing. So I'm going to start with that. If you really want to make art, if you want to make still frame art and you just want to create digital art, but you don't want to pay for Photoshop or Adobe Illustrator or the whole Adobe Creative Cloud suite, which is very expensive, this much. It's a lot. Then there is a piece of software for you. Krita is a completely free illustration program that has no business being free. Like, it has such a wide variety of tools inside of it, like brush editors and layering and all the cool stuff that you could ever wish for. It even has like the little preview panel thing. A lot of you have seen that video where I talk about some of the cool things that you might be missing out on. It's a very, very nice program, and it does not cost you a penny to use. It also gets regular updates. The developers are passionate people who are a mix of illustrators and artists and programmers, so they make a nice UI, which is easy to use, it's easy to follow, it makes sense, as well as they make powerful tools. Now, if you already knew about Krita, you might know that they do have animation tools in there, like the ability to have a timeline and onion skin layers and things like that from previous frames. I do not recommend Krita for animation though. Reason being that the last time it got an update to the animation tools inside of the software, at least last time I checked, was like 2014. I don't know, it's like a long time ago. Way back in the olden days. That's not to say you can't animate in Krita, but there is a much better tool that is also completely free. That tool that I'm talking about is OpenToonz. OpenToonz is a completely open source, free animation software developed in part by Studio Ghibli, the people behind Spirited Away and Princess Mononoke and Howl's Moving Castle, you know, all those incredible movies that I've only seen one of. I'm a bad animation fan, it's true. They've actually used this software, or at least the program Toonz that it's based on, in some of their feature-length films. So it has amazing tools, it has amazing capabilities. It can let you animate in both raster and vector animation styles. It lets you have different layers that are in different styles, so you can have a vector layer on top of raster layers that you can do your background art on, and all that cool stuff. It has a bunch of really cool things, but it is not easy to learn. There is a steep learning curve. If you look up OpenToonz tutorial on Google or YouTube, first person that comes up is Noble Frugal Studios. They are amazing. They're making an animated series using entirely OpenToonz, and they have tutorials on how to use the software. Now, if you don't want to go through the whole learning process of OpenToonz, there is a version of OpenToonz that was created by some passionate people or a passionate person, I'm not sure, called Tahoma. I haven't used it, but I have seen Noble Frugal use it as like a test, and from what I've seen, it is a lot more user-friendly. It just plops you right into the software, has a timeline there ready for you, and it's a lot nicer to learn than OpenToonz is. Whenever I first got OpenToonz, I actually had some issues just starting to animate. So check out Tahoma if you're okay with missing a few of the features that OpenToonz has for a more streamlined, smooth, easy to use software for like some basic animations. Or you can learn from Sebastian at Noble Frugal Studios how to use OpenToonz and use it to some great effect. That's how I made my ROG Rig Reboot video. That was OpenToonz. Okay, but let's say that you want to do some animation, but you don't want to do 2D animation, right? There's a program that if you are interested in 3D animation, I am sure you've heard of, and it's called Blender. It's completely free. It's free to use. It's very powerful. People have made full-on like 10-minute films, and you can do character modeling, you can do rigging, you can do texturing. It is one of those programs that is really hard to believe is free. So if you want to do 3D animation or 3D modeling or rigging or anything like that, check out Blender. There's a lot of tutorials for how to use it. I've used it a little bit, but I am not well versed in any means. So that's what you should check out if you're into 3D. But doesn't matter if you're into 3D or 2D animation, you're going to want to have good audio. So one thing that helps with that, I'm sure you know about, is a microphone. If you don't have a good microphone, then you won't have good audio. But if you have a mediocre microphone, you can pretend to have good audio if you use a program called Audacity. Audacity is a completely free, I'm going to just stop saying completely free, I've said it too many times. Audacity is a program, all of these programs are free. Audacity is a program that lets you edit audio, and it has a nice interface. You get as many tracks as you want. You can change them from stereo to mono. You can change balancing from left to right, you know, all the cool audio editing tricks that you might want to do. It lets you cut the audio and stitch it together in different ways, as well as change the balance so you can increase the bass and decrease the treble, or if you want to sound more like you're from an old radio, turn up the treble and like delete the bass. So you can do that as well. So I would highly recommend using Audacity. If you're into video production at all, you probably already knew about this one. But there is one that took me a while to learn about in video editing. I used to use Windows Movie Maker, and then after that I used HitFilm Express 4, which is it's a decent program, but whenever I heard about this one, I was amazed that I hadn't heard about it before, because it is completely free. It has a professional option, but they have a free option that is more than enough for a basic YouTube creator, for a basic bee like me, and that is Davinci Resolve. I'm pointing at my screen over here, but you can't see it. Davinci Resolve is a program developed by Blackmagic Studios that is a completely free multi-track video editor. I don't think it has a limit on how many tracks you can use. It has a bunch of different audio and video editing tools that are completely free to use, and it's just a powerful, good video editor that actually on lower end hardware can work a lot better than some of the more professional things like from Adobe or the other big hitter. In the field. So if you're using a kind of crappy video editor right now, definitely look into Davinci Resolve. It is more than enough for me. It's completely free. Okay, and the last one that we're going to be talking about is something that also has to do with video production. It is OBS. It is a screen recorder. There's a lot of free ones. I like OBS though because it has a lot of versatility. It lets you do scene transitions and all that good stuff. It's just a powerful program. It lets you stream directly to a bunch of different streaming services. It lets you overlay different videos on top of other videos and do like green screens and all that good stuff. And it is a little hard to learn how to use, but once you do know how to use it, you can use it to great effect. So check out OBS if you haven't. Oh, there's one more thing actually. Now, what about like in your videos, you've made your video, you have it all ready to go, it has nice audio, all that good stuff, but you're like, something's missing, you know? I feel like it sounds good, but there's dead silence at parts. You know, what do you do about that? A lot of people just take some stock music and go whoop, and that's what I'm doing right here. But if you happen to have the skill set, then you can actually create your own music on a program called Tracktion Waveform Free. Tracktion Waveform Free is something that I was looking for a long time. Back in the day, I played this game called Little Big Planet 2, which had a basic audio sequencer in it, which I learned later is called a DAW. And ever since then, I was looking for something that would let me do that, but like on a professional level, something like GarageBand with a little like piano thing, like a MIDI keyboard. And Tracktion Waveform is the answer to that. I looked around for like a long time trying to find one that was free and not a scam, or free and not a 1-week trial, or, you know, just actually free. And Tracktion Waveform free is free. It is just a older version of Tracktion Waveform. So it's not the newest, most up-to-date version. I don't think you get support or anything like that, but it is a fully featured.
Duh.
So you can look into tutorials on how to use it. They have a bunch of tutorials on actually how to use Tracktion Waveform. I think it's 11 right now on YouTube. So you can go through and look at that, and it's just a really nice software. So if you're looking for music production, look at that. But that's it. That's all I got for you. That's all the software that I've found in my years of searching for free things because I don't want to spend money. And I hope that this video was able to help you in your search for some free software. So if I helped you out, go ahead and hit that like button right down there in the description. If I didn't help you out, then don't hit that like button. Those are your only 2 options. There is no third option. But either way, I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you.